Hello, my name is Audrey Mailer, and I'm going to be presenting my poster. This is my poster. And it is called, what is causing all the allergies these days? So, I'm going to start off with how what my study design is, what I'm looking to accomplish, my hypothesis, and how my study looks. It's kind of complicated. It's a lot to explain, but I will be explaining it all. So first of all, my study is testing to see if there's a correlation between when young children grow up in a clean environment versus a dirty environment, and with a cat versus without a cat, what effects that has on their allergies. My personal prediction hypothesis from literature I've read and just things I've seen throughout my life, experiences I've had, my prediction is that people that grow up in dirtier environments and with cats will have less allergies to environmental allergens as well as cats. So that is my personal prediction, and we will review at the end the likely outcomes, or the different outcomes. So how my study was conducted. So first of all, my population. So my sample size was 2,400 people, 600 people from each group. There's a cat group, non-cat group, clean house group, dirty house group. Clean house group as defined as a house that is very low dust levels and frequently disinfected, more than the average person disinfects their home. Dirty house is defined as higher than normal dust levels and they disinfect less than the average person would. So that is what we define. And then cat versus no cat home it's more simple. It's just they have a cat in the house or they don't. We did not ask how many cats. It's not important to the study at all because of the way that cat allergens are. They're incredibly sticky. They linger in the air forever. So just one cat is perfectly sufficient to cause allergy symptoms or not. So yeah. So and then we had such a large sample size to ensure accuracy of our study, our accuracy of our results, and also because since our study does have a lot of rigid rules and it's kind of a difficult study and it's a long-term study, I was expecting many people to drop out just because of the rigidity of it and the requirements we have of our participants. Our participants are financially compensated for this study. To sort of like sum up, so I have like dollar amounts in the poster that I will go over later, but basically the harder requirements we put on the participant, the more they are compensated, and then I have it all outlined in the poster, sort of how that works. But just so that we are benefiting so much from this research, so we want them to benefit as well, so it's fair and ethical. They're also allowed to leave the study at any time for any reason. Just if they leave, they are paid semi-annually. If they leave, they are not paid for the period. They were not paid the full amount for the period in which they left, if that makes sense. They're paid like a partial compensation amount, but not the full amount. Anyways, so my study includes my population of my study follows children aged 1 to 6 weeks old, so infants, to children 10 years old. So we follow them throughout their life, through their very, very young infancy to when they are around 10 years old, which is like sort of older childhood. The reason we chose this is because allergy development generally develops, or the immune system, which is how allergies, an allergic reaction is caused by your immune system overreacting to something in the environment that is harmless, but your body is identifying it as harmful. So allergies and the immune system are tied together. So the immune system does most of its development in the first year of life. So that's why we had children be so young when we started and be 10 years old when it ended. And how we determine if they are allergic at the end is we do an allergy skin prick test. And this will tell us if they are allergic or not when they're 10 years old. We do not test infants, it's not ethical. But we do test when they are 10, which is fine. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit more into my study. So how we sort of like did things. So our requirements of so once we, got our population, we got everything together, we would do semi-annual home visits to make sure that the criteria that we set for each group was being kept up. So for our clean house group, we also required them to have HEPA air purifiers, one in any common area that the children spend time in, and then one in the child's room, and they are required to be running 24/7. Obviously, we're not in their home 24/7, we're only there once every 6 months, but if we were to show up and the purifiers were not on, they would be discontinued from the study. And then the people in the dirty group do not have HEPA air purifiers. And then the cat versus no cat group, if they do get rid of their cat and do not get a new one by the next survey period, which is every 6 months, they will be discontinued from the study. And then for the cat group, or the no cat group, if they get a cat, they will automatically be discontinued. And when we do their home visits, we do check their house to see if they have cats. Like, we're not doing anything crazy police inspection type stuff, but we look for signs and things like that. So obviously this isn't like a study where we can sit with our participants and watch every little thing they do like in a lab, so that does definitely probably take away from some of the accuracy, but we got a really solid group of people and they were very committed to this study, so I do personally believe that they did a pretty good job of upholding the standards that we asked of them. We also did verify a lot of stuff at the home visit that wouldn't really be hideable, so yeah. So getting a little bit more into my poster, I'm gonna start discussing the outcomes. So here are my graphs that I made. I'm going to come up a little bit closer and show this to you. So first is the likely outcome. I made a bar graph, and it's a sideways bar graph. So this is the likely outcome. So these little things down below are what it says. So dirty home allergies, clean home allergies, cat allergies, no cat household, cat allergies, cat household. And it's all the same stuff, just different colors. So I'm gonna talk about the first one, which is the likely outcome, which was my hypothesis. So my hypothesis was looked like about this. So right here, this is, this is actually the unlikely outcome. But anyways, so this is what I predicted exactly not to happen. So this one right here is cat allergies, cat household. So in this one, it predicts the allergies of people or children that grow up with cats to be the highest, which I predicted to be the opposite. And then in this one, it says cat allergies, no cat household. And you can see it's very low in comparison to the others. And again, this is the complete opposite of what I predicted. This one is cat allergies, or clean home allergies, and it's low, which is the opposite of what I predicted. And then this one is dirty home allergies, which is high, the opposite of what I predicted. So the next one, I call this the no correlation outcome, which is basically that the allergy levels of all of the people ended up being about the same. across all groups, and these did not have the factors that we thought would affect it, had absolutely no effect. And it was just kind of how people averagely turn out, and none of this means anything, basically. Nothing that we were studying meant anything. I don't think there's zero correlation, but you know, it's possible. And then this was my likely outcome, my hypothesis. So as you can see, the dirty home allergies are pretty low. The clean home allergies are really high. People allergic to cats that have one in the household are low, and people allergic to cats that don't have one in the household are high. So that was my, so those are my different results. So the unlikely outcome is if what I predicted was just the complete opposite of what actually happened. The no correlation outcome is none of it meant anything. None of those things we studied had any effect on this. And then the likely outcome, the hypothesis, was the things that I predicted were exactly what the study accomplished. So for final results, we collected final data at the end of our study from our trial participants when they turned 10. We determined if they had allergies or not by doing a skin prick allergy test. These tests are generally considered to give accurate results. By the end of the study, we had 2,050 participants, and we started with 2,400. Right down here are my references that I used in my articles. All this is information on my study. So yeah. So yeah, that's my study. So yeah, thank you for watching.